What up, peeps, and welcome to a trade video. Abby and I are back from our little Vegas vacation, going to the new Pink Gorilla. Videos on that are going up on the Double Jump channel and on the Sick Cooper channel. Links down below. So here we go. Starting off, we have some Blu-ray stuff here. Some cool stuff, some anime, horror movie, also some Sailor Moon, and this really big box set here. I'm not 100% sure what this is. I think it said it's either Macross or Gundam or something. I don't want to pull it because it's going to make everything fall down. But it's like a big Japanese set. And then there was something on the back that said something about PlayStation 3. I don't know if it was a game or if it's something else because it's all in Japanese. I can't read it, but whatever it is, it's interesting. It's big physically and it's expensive. We also have some Sega Saturn games here, which I just filmed the short version of this before filming this one. I was mentioning how we always have at least some Saturn games at the store, but it's really nice to see new stuff come in because people ask for it all the time, but it's like, well, we have the same 15 games we've had, so that's always cool. Some new Genesis games as well. And then flipping down here, we have the U-Draw tablet for the Wii, some PlayStation 3 games, and even though these games are cheaper that are along the back wall, there's usually still some really good stuff. You can definitely collect and game on a budget. Ratchet & Clank, Skyrim, Last of Us, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Batman, Mortal Kombat, Lego Batman. All these games are less than 10 bucks for the most part. That's so cheap for really good titles. Same with PS2. You have Vice City, Destroy All Humans, Hitman, Star Wars, Tomb Raider. There's some awesome stuff that can be had for very cheap prices for almost every console. Really the only ones that are not super cheap is something like Sega Saturn or Sega CD. GameCube for the most part. But even for Super Nintendo and N64, there's still some really good games that are on the cheaper side. We have some CDs here, which we don't get too much of, but some cool stuff. Gorillaz, Black Sabbath, NWA. And then into the movies here. Mostly anime, but there's a little bit of other stuff mixed in. Some Scooby-Doo. We have a few VHS as well. We don't normally take the Disney VHS, the Jetsons and Flintstones that we would definitely take. These other ones here, we usually don't want. I think we price them at $1 to $3. They're not very expensive. Yes, even the Black Diamond ones, they are worthless. Let's go up here. Wait, no, I already showed those. We're going down here. We have some more expensive DVDs here. All anime stuff. We have some 3DS games. Kid Icarus Uprising with the stand. Always nice to see. Pokemon Black version 2. There was a Heart Gold here as well, but someone called on the phone and asked if we had it. We said yes, told them the price and condition, and they put it on hold and they're coming to pick it up. A couple Atari games, Genesis, into a couple PlayStation Portable games here. A couple PS3 as well, and also some more expensive PS4 games. Not really expensive, but it is what it is. Also a couple Xbox One or Series games. This one is factory sealed. Then coming back down, we have some GameCube titles. Really, really good stuff. Animal Crossing, Mario Party 4, WarioWare Inc., Mario Golf, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and Wind Waker for the GameCube, which is really good. All of those are just awesome titles. And then into the more expensive PlayStation 2 games. We have one of the best games ever, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. One of the other best games, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Those are so awesome. If you have not played them, I highly recommend them. Some of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. We also have Turtles, Radiata Stories, Godfather, and Mortal Kombat. And then, lastly, we have some handheld consoles here. The teal, or purple, not teal. It's a purpley blue Switch Lite. We have the Neo Geo X. We have a DS Lite. And then we have some Nintendo 64 games here. Also really, really good titles here. There basically is nothing here that's less than a fantastic game. So that's awesome. We also have a little DS case. We have an OEM PS2 component cable, the Neo Geo X USB arcade stick, and then a couple little Game Gear cases. So that's it for now, but there is so much more to come, so stay tuned.
Oh, hey, welcome over here to Double Jump Video Games. We sell video games and some other things, but we got a lot to go over. Looks like there was a big Wii and Xbox collection, as I'm showing games that are neither of those now. There's the Xbox. Traded in. So if there's any Xbox or Wii games. It looks like I'm seeing some Wii U in the corner of my eye too even. Go over to Double Jump Video Games I was gonna say our email, our website, Double Jump Video Games, and all these should be on there unless someone beat you to the punch. Looks like we have a couple copies of Dante's Inferno. Body Count, Alien vs. Predator. Spec Ops: The Line. I think, was that the one that like got expensive when the 360 store shut down, or I don't know if there was another reason, but I'm pretty sure that was the one that got a little spendy for a while there. Oh, ignore that sound. That was just me knocking things over if the mic picked it up. And if it didn't pick it up, perfect. I knocked nothing over. Halo 3, the big ol' steelbook bad boy there. Got some controllers. But before we show you the expensive stuff, let's do a little bit of a line. It's kind of glaring on the phone, so hopefully I'm getting a good frame here. But got a bunch of Xbox stuff, like I was saying. Even though these are the cheaper ones, I'm definitely seeing some good titles in there. Mass Effect, Max Payne 3. I remember trying to replicate the slow jumping motions when I was younger with my Nerf guns. Let's see. Man, I cannot see this glare. There we go. There's a bunch of lights back here. Got a Wii U. Moving on into the Wii games. All this available at doublejump.com. And if you see any stickers on the side or anything right now, just know we haven't had a chance to clean everything yet. But before we sell it, everything will be cleaned, resurfaced as needed. Resurface those Switch cartridges for you. Make them all shiny and resurfaced. Digimon, nice. It's very rare that I see those games working, so it makes sense that it's, you know, an $8 game. Some Sega Saturn. Ooh, Capcom. Looks like a couple more cheaper titles for the 360 because we got a bunch of stuff. Super Mario 3D Land. And like I said, those box controllers. Hope you're all having a good one. And as always, I'll see you next time. Go Ducks.
All right, guys, got some trades to show you. I know, you can't wait for that, but you're gonna have to, because we got some cooler stuff to show. Anyways, we'll start off with these strategy guides over here. A bunch of Zelda ones, and then some Final Fantasy and other ones. Pretty cool, pretty cute. Got some PS5 games, some Switch. Got a Pokemon Emerald strategy guide, that's really cool. There's a big Final Fantasy, which one is that? Is that 12 or something? I don't know what it is. Got some Brawler controllers. Cheaper stuff there. This is a Youngblood record, I believe. And we got some Wii U. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's a couple sealed here in the middle. Nice. And we got some handheld right here. Some PSP. Hopefully you can see it good enough. Got some super in-box and out-of-box. Let's look at these ones close up. Nothing too crazy right there. Got a cool pink 3DS. Don't see them too often. Got a 1080. And then a bunch more loose super. Right, then we've got a bunch of handheld stuff over here. Pretty cool. And I don't know if you noticed, there's a little expensive guy there. Wabam. And then to end it, we've got these two. Some figures. I don't know what the BlizzCon one is, but that's cool. It's pretty cool. Got the Vegeta. That's really cool. And that's it for the trades. Hopefully you enjoyed. Peace.
Pretty sure I say this like all the time, but it never ceases to amaze me what kind of crap we get in all the time. Like all of these VHSs. So I will die on the hill that VeggieTales is actually really good, despite being, you know, made for kids and, you know, religion focused. It is actually extremely funny. There's a lot of heart put into how it's made. I've watched at least one documentary on the creation of it. The guy who made it, you know, it was more than just, I want to get a religious message out, but I want children to be able to relate to what I'm making. And I want to have fun doing it. And he sure did. And you gotta respect a guy who puts a lot into his work. A lot of these games are like that too. I think a lot about how even a bad game, that's somebody's first game that they've ever worked on, you know. Let's see, what's a good example of a bad game here? You could even say there's no such thing as a bad game if there was somebody on it that worked hard. That's what I'll tell myself. Like Superman 64. That was somebody's first game that they worked on. And, you know, they were probably pretty proud of it. These are definitely not somebody's first rodeo, though, these amiibo. They're also well crafted. I love them. If I could collect all of the amiibo, God, just look at her. She looks amazing. I'm really excited. She's only $10. Oh no, refocus. Okay, there we go. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it amazes me how much stuff that we get in and how much passion is put into everything that's made here. The art on the Pokemon cards, for instance, and the writing in some of these games. It's just cool to think about. If you have any cool stories about games that you love, that you know were like a passion project, or maybe people look at them and think, oh, this is terrible, but you can tell that there's heart in it, I would love to hear about that. Oh, this is cool. Focus, please. There we go. Nice, damn it. This is awesome. The new Metroid's going to be cool. I might even start playing it. Okay, I think I've meandered and dabbled enough. Babble dabble. I gotta go.
Welcome to today's trade clip, everybody. Let's start over here with the cheaper titles in the back. Feel free to pause and take a look at the name, see if you're missing anything from your collection. Got that South Park Steelbook for Xbox, always a great choice. Then we got some carts up here. And we also have some stuff back here. This, I was very surprised to see the pricing on this because I guess it got reprinted or something. But nice to have that be affordable again. Gran Turismo. And then we'll move back over here. Got some NES, Metal Gear, some Genesis, some Wii. You know, titles we see pretty often, except for that God of War, pretty good. Also got some PS2 and ooh, that game's expensive. Bloody Roar 4. And some other ones up there. And some N64 goodies. Always nice to have N64 stuff. They were always selling out of it, especially stuff like this particular cover. And both of the clamps are broken, but it is still fine. It still holds together nicely. And we got some GameCube games. Yeah, the Majora's Mask collector's edition and standard edition, the gold carts, they never have good clamps like that. I don't know why they break off, and I think that gold cartridge is a little bit more brittle. And then we got some steel books. These are all Studio Ghibli steel books back here. Pretty affordable prices I'm looking at. I was expecting them to be way more, something like Spirited Away and Totoro. I thought it was going to be way more. But anyways, thanks for trading, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
This is what you guys look like. We have quite a few trade-ins, so we're going to start over here. Abby filming Abby. I keep telling this joke. It's not very funny, but whatever. Got a lot of PS3 stuff in. Some of it's sealed, some of it's not. I think this was all a mail-in trade. And we also have a Pokemon double pack. Oh my god, that price. More PS3. Then down here we have some Pokemon games and PSP. And then more Pokemon games that aren't factory sealed, because that would be really expensive. And Dreamcast. Made the mistake earlier calling it Dreamcast and PS1 because I saw the jewel cases. That card just came in. And we also got Vita stuff. I feel like I filmed this stuff already, but maybe it's just more Vita stuff that got traded in. Some of it's sealed, most of it's open. And then Xbox and Xbox 360 titles. A few extra, some Sailor Moon, anime, a Link. PS2, of course. PS2, oh my god. Switch, of course. Very nice, very nice. And then Sailor Moon Blu-ray sets that were all traded in as well by one person. And we got a Steam Deck, which is where I showed you guys what you look like.
Hey everyone, it's Jess. I'm here to show you our trades. So let's start over here in the GameCube corner. We got a ton of GameCube, which I love to see. It's one of my favorite consoles. And I'm sure it's some of your guys's. If it's double stacked like that, of course, that means we got 2 copies. So we got a lot in. And then over here we got some box super games, which are really cool to see. I have not played We're Back for the Super, but I played it for the Game Boy, and it's an actual, like, really good platformer. It's a lot of fun. And then let's hit this back wall with some more boxes. And then over here we have some miscellaneous things like some Zelda guides and Switch games, a couple advanced Game Boy games, a few limited run things, a beautiful Famicom Micro. And then let's backtrack over here just a little bit. Kind of overlooked this stuff, but you know, it's our cheaper stuff, but there's sometimes a gem in there. And that is everything that we got. Thanks for trading, everybody. Bye.
I'm back for one final clip before we end out this video, and there is a lot to look at. So over here we have the God of War Stonemason edition for the PlayStation 4. The box has a bunch of scratches and stuff, but everything inside is really nice and it's fully complete. We also have the Days Gone Collector's Edition, also fully complete. Swinging down here, we have some more expensive Blu-ray and DVD stuff, some anime. We also have a Final Fight 2. This is box and cartridge only, no manual, and then the front is kind of sun faded. Other than the sun fading, the box is actually in decent condition. A loose copy of Final Fantasy. This is our custom artwork here. We have a Vita. We have Street Fighter 2, PS5 controller. This is like that really cool, like bluish purple color. And then we have some expensive PlayStation 3 games here, and also a couple PS5 games. One Wii game, and then some GameCube. We've been getting so much GameCube stuff traded in. I'm sure just even earlier in this video, you guys have seen just a ton of it. And that is awesome. We always need GameCube, and we've been getting such good titles as well. Stuff like Pokemon Colosseum, Zelda, more Zelda, Smash Brothers, Metal Gear Solid. There's just so many awesome games, and we've been getting some really good collections. So I love seeing it. Hopefully it continues. We have some PS1 games here. These are all loose with our custom artwork, but some good titles: Diablo, Point Blank, Future Cop, and Mega Man. Then we have some Nintendo Switch games here. Handful of these are factory sealed. I think only this one was loose with our custom artwork, Has Been Heroes, but the rest are either sealed or with their original case. Got a couple steelbooks here as well. I believe these actually do include the games with them. A couple Switch cases, Zelda Strategy Guide. We have the Ring Fit Adventure, a sealed copy of I Spy Challenger for the GBA. And then lastly, along the back here, of course, we have the more inexpensive titles. Some GameCube, some Xbox One right there, a couple of them being sealed. A couple Wii games into the 360. And these ones with the orange spines, these are our custom printed ones, so these are technically disc only. But as you can see, they're still pretty good titles. We try not to just put like a bunch of random filler in if we have to make artwork for it. We want it to actually be worth the time of making the cover and printing it. So we pretty much only put in loose games if it's for a particular console, GameCube, PS1, Saturn, something like that, or if it's a better title like Jak 2, Crash, Spider-Man, Maximo, Baldur's Gate. You can see it's all pretty good stuff. couple PS1 games in there as well, some original Xbox, and then into the PlayStation 3. A few PS5 games, one loose Saturn game, which is Daytona USA. And then we have a couple stacks here of cartridges, some NES stuff. Nothing too crazy, some good titles, but nothing that's really hard to find. And also some Super Nintendo stuff. So there it is. Thank you guys for trading. Thank you for all your purchases. It's been a really crazy week. Lots of trades this week, like probably a little bit more than average, but very happy with it. So thank you guys as always. And if you'd like to place an order, head to doublejumpvideogames.com. It's the top link in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.